make a video on, what makes you angry and how you can fix it, sort of. So, in my experience with my anger issues that I still have, I, have learned to control it, at least to the point where I don't usually backtalk people when they make me angry, but sometimes I let it go, But I'm gonna tell you guys something, and I think that working out can be an outlet, to help you, manage it, but I also think it can also make your anger issues worse because, well, when I work out, I usually think about beating people up, and, that's not really gonna make me a nicer person. Every time I work out every day to think about beating people up, it's not gonna make me feel, like a nice person, but I do think that it can be used to help you, at least emotionally, like physically dealing with it, but I also think that, when people make you angry, you just have to realize, just think about it this way. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know, what they've been through today. They might have had something really horrible happen, And I've worked with people whose boyfriends have died, stuff like that. And it just makes me realize that, people are going through things. And every time I walk into work, sometimes I see my coworkers crying. And it makes me realize they aren't just angry, to be mad at you. They're angry because they have something else going on. It's not about you, it's about other things, Sometimes they're just angry just cause, I don't know, it really just depends, but a lot of the time it means you've been through something, A lot of the times it's something really horrible. I know I've been through some horrible things, and that's probably why I'm a little angry. Now, most of the people I've ever dealt with in my life have, done me wrong in a way that has gotten physical. Now, it makes you angry after a while, having these people attack you, and you're like, wow, okay, wonderful. Like my ex-boyfriend. Multiple, for example, and it's just like, things like that just make me feel upset and angry inside. And maybe we should, look for the cause of the anger. Let's sit down and think, what's making me angry right now? Why is it making me so angry? Did someone say they want to fight me? Because I'm going to tell you guys what. This young girl today at work, she tried to fight me, okay? Now, I wasn't doing anything, okay? She's just this young girl who thinks she's all that and all badass when she's not. And, I know she's not because, she called me weak, and I was like, why are you doing that? And then she's like, well, you can't lift this. And I said, well, I wasn't even trying to lift it. You never even saw me once try to lift it. So I don't know what you've been hallucinating, but I never once touched that today. So I don't know where you came up with that from. And I asked her, why would you think that I'm weak? First of all, I don't know where she got that idea from. I think she's just trying to make herself feel strong. But when you call somebody else weak, they're gonna get angry, especially when they've worked out for 3 years lifting weights, okay? That's gonna make you angry, okay? Because you don't know me. You don't know that I've been working out every week for the past 3 years, 5 days a week, stuff like that. And it's just like this. And then once I started telling her about it, I got a little bit angry. And then she looked like she was gonna cry. And then she said, oh, well, you know, I'm sure you're so strong. That's what she said, and I said, well, yeah, I am. I've been working out for 3 years, lifting weights. I'm not weak, first of all. And, you know, it's stuff like that. And sometimes we get a little angry. And I was thinking to myself today, I was going, wow, that really made me angry. And I started pacing around my house and I wanted to work out. But then I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't work out. Because I know that when I work out, I want to beat people up. And I want to think about it because that's usually what I do. I think about beating people up when I work out. And that's probably why I enjoy working out. Because I think angry thoughts, and that's why I'm so good at working out for hours, you know? It's just an outlet. And, you know, sometimes it can be used to help you, but sometimes it can also be used to, you know, worsen your anger issues. So, you know, every time I run, I think about, you know, hurting people. Every time I, you know, work out, I think about hurting people. It's not good, okay? And as much as I love to work out and as much as it's good for you, I think there's, you know, a certain point where you should just take a breather and take a break and see if it helps you. Because I don't know, but working out it can help you or it can make it worse. So there's that. And I just like to, you know, deal with it like this. I just kind of think about what made me angry and I'm like, well, she's probably been through some shit because honestly, she's just a little crazy girl. You know, she's just a little crazy and everybody thinks she's crazy and that's really what it is. So I just don't take it personally, I just think she's crazy. So, yeah, that's about it. And, you know, I wasn't like super angry, but I mean, when I got home, I get a little angrier than at work. So, I just try not to do that because, you know, I mean, I'm telling you guys how to deal with it because I have anger issues and I still have, you know, anger issues and I've learned to deal with them to the point where I'm not wanting to, you know, attack people like I used to. Like, I would always constantly think about attacking people. Like, I don't know what it is. I have constant thoughts about beating people up, about killing people, stuff like that. And, you know, it's not good to, you know, have, you know, this thing that you do every day, like working out, to constantly think about it more. And, you know, it makes it worse sometimes because that's what happens. And that's my experience. I don't know if it's anybody else's, but, you know, sometimes at work I just think about beating people up. I don't know. But it's also like this. I don't want to beat people up. Like, I don't want to think these thoughts, and I don't want to be angry. I don't like being angry because I have a little murderer inside of me who wants to go stab, stab, you know? And I don't want to go to prison, you know? We don't want to go to prison. We want to live our normal lives. And a lot of people, when they have anger issues, I'm sure, have thought about killing people. Because that's what happens when you get angry. You think violent thoughts, okay? And that's why I don't want to be angry. Because I noticed when I started having anger issues, I started having these weird intrusive thoughts about hurting, you know, family members that aren't even on my angry, you know, people list, who are just these innocent people who I just randomly have thoughts about punching in the face or, you know, I don't know, just off the wall stuff. And I would never do it, but I don't want to be angry enough to have that thought because, you know, before, when I was in high school, I would have never thought about doing that ever in my whole life. But, you know, I think the angrier you are on a day-to-day basis, it's just not good, you know? And I don't know if it has something to do with muscle mass. I don't know if it has something to do with just what's been going on, but a lot of the time it's just, it's not fun. And that's why you're here on this video, is maybe to help yourself with your anger issues. Because I know what it's like. You have these intrusive, weird thoughts that you don't want to have. Like, for instance, I don't want you guys to be worried about my animals, because I love my animals so much. But sometimes I just have these weird, intrusive thoughts about hurting innocent creatures, okay? And I would never do these things. I have never done these things. I never will. But they're just thoughts, okay? And we just realized that they're just thoughts, okay? You being angry is just a thought, okay? So you can fix it like this, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're going to try. Because a lot of the time we have to try, because sometimes we just hate the world. Sometimes we just go, fuck the world, fuck you, fuck my coworkers, everybody, fuck you, That's what we do in our heads sometimes. And it's not great to do that because, I don't know, we don't want to do that. We don't want to have these horrible thoughts. We want to have normal people thoughts that we used to have, probably. We used to kind of be normal and not have these thoughts every minute of the day, And, as much as I have had these angry thoughts, I have also acted out on them in one way or another. Via working out, via martial arts training, stuff like that. I mean, sure, it's, useful for fighting, but I don't want to fight. That's the problem. I don't want to do that because, first of all, I like people. I just get so angry in my head, but not outside. I try not to get angry outside, but believe me, when you make me angry, I'll think about stabbing you, okay? And I know that's a horrible thing to say, but sometimes that happens. And that's not normal, and it's not good. So, what I've done, okay, I used to think about killing people, okay? And I know that's horrible, but that's what happens when you're angry. And a lot of people have to realize this. But you also have to realize it's just a thought. It's not an action. You never once took a knife and stabbed somebody in the neck. No, you didn't. Okay? Yes, you may have wanted to, but did you? No, you didn't. Just realize, hey, I didn't do that. It's just a thought. You can imagine it all you want, but it's just a thought. And a lot of the time we take our thoughts too seriously. And a lot of the time we have to realize, hey, why am I taking my thoughts so seriously? Why is this so serious? Why is this so serious that a 16-year-old thinks she can beat me up? She's at work, and I told her, if you want to fight me, you're going to go to jail, because guess what? I'm not going to attack you. That's what I said. And she's 16, she's obviously got some mental issues, and I'm just not going to take it personally, because as much as it makes me angry, it makes me want to beat her ass, just a little. It's just like this. I won't, because I'm going to try my best to just be positive as much as I can. And it takes effort sometimes, especially when you've been through the shitter, When you're through the shitter, a lot of the time we, want to be angry. A lot of the time you want to be angry. Maybe you should take initiative and stop wanting to be angry, because I used to want to be angry. I used to want to beat people up. But now, I don't want to beat people up. I don't want to be angry, because I know that who I am is not that. That's not who I want to be. I am going to be who I want to be today, not who I think I am because I have these thoughts and emotions. Yes, it's normal to get angry. Yes, it's okay to get angry. Okay, you can get as angry as you want in your head. Go ahead. Nobody will know, but you just gotta keep it inside. It's not, you can still feel it. You can feel the anger. Feel it. Please. Just don't take it out, because that's when it becomes a continuous problem, is when you keep showing it, either if it's by yourself at home, either if it's at the gym, stuff like that. It's just, sometimes if you really want to not be angry, sometimes you gotta make a sacrifice and stop doing all these angry things, Like, you can even eat angrily. You can, punch the wall angrily, stuff like that. You can fucking do martial arts, and even if you love martial arts, sometimes you do it out of anger, and it's completely, if you want to deal with your, anger issues, it's up to you. But, when you're angry, it's helping, a fight. And if you want to be an MMA fighter, you go ahead and be angry. If you want to be a martial artist, you go ahead and be angry. But if you don't want to fight people, then it's best to just try and realize that people have problems that aren't you. Okay? They aren't you. It's about what's going on in their lives, because they have lives and they get angry too. And even if they take it out on you, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of their world once you stab them. I'm just kidding. Please don't stab anybody, because a lot of the time, we want to, but we shouldn't. Just don't, because it's not that big of a deal. Just realize that it's not a big deal. And if it bothers you at work, please tell somebody, because maybe they'll get fired. And then you'll be happy at work because your worst enemy is gone, Sometimes you just need to realize that, you could get in some big trouble doing that. You could get in big trouble, hurting people and stuff like that, starting fights. It's not good, okay? And I don't want to hate anybody. I don't want to have these weird intrusive thoughts, which is why I'm working on myself, because I need to. And I want to be happy and nice. Because being nice, I'm going to tell you guys something. When I was nice to this woman I worked with, okay, I noticed she had cried earlier, and she was a little angry. And when I did something wrong, she got a little angry, And then I just said, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And you know what she did? She looked like she was gonna cry. You know why? Because I was being so nice. And she probably felt bad. Okay? That is also a thing. People feel bad for getting angry. That happens. If it happens to you, it happens to other people, okay? And sometimes, there is something really wrong in their lives, and sometimes being nice can really help, okay? I'm just telling you guys this, because it's just something that happened, and I just thought, wow. I thought, wow, that's crazy. She was being a bitch and I was nice, and she almost cried. Wow, I did good. I did good. But that's the end of my video. And I hope I helped you guys, because I have anger issues. Am I still gonna work out? Probably. Okay, I'm not saying you stop working out. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe start thinking about something else when you work out, or try. But anyway, please like and subscribe my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.